Hey guys, welcome back. I haven't made videos in a week now because of the holidays. So I'm back and today I'm going to be doing something very, very different. Usually I'll just show you plowing stuff or me trying to max out a tractor or things like that when I play Farm Sim. But today I'm going to be doing just a little walk around of my farm. So Farm Sim came out over a month ago and I've been playing it for a while, and I don't know if there's that much I could really show you guys as far as exciting things. It's more so just, something to do in your spare time to chill with. It's the kind of game that you'd want to play after a hard day's work and you just want to relax and forget all the stress, that kind of thing. So I've got save game number 4 here. That's the one I've been playing on most. As you can see, I got my money up quite high. There is a way to do that. It isn't a cheat, but it's also not, how should I say this? It's not the way that you'd expect. It involves doing something with multiplayer and switching back to single player, so on and so forth. But we're going to get into the game here, and we're going to check out my mods that I have here. So I added a few new ones, and I will add these. The IT Runner Pack is back now, so I'm really happy about that. And Big Bud is up on the top there. That one makes me really happy to see. I haven't used it yet because as you'll see throughout my video, they don't really have any good big fields. It's not like 17. So I'm hoping that we're going to have better maps sometime in the future. I'm definitely going to get a modded map if they do come out. Right now the only modded map is the South American map that was in 17 as part of DLC, I believe. So I'm playing in Ravenport. Now, one of the very interesting things that has changed in this game is that you no longer buy fields. Now you're buying pieces of land. And so all the pieces of land that are around the field also get bought. And so using that, you can set up your own farm wherever you want it to be. You don't necessarily have to put it where the game wants you to have it. So that's really cool. You can have your home wherever and you can build it up. They do have a new landscaping tool as well, so you can make hills and you can make dips and valleys. It's a big thing that I haven't even really gotten into because it looks pretty tough. It looks tough to get used to anyway. So I guess we'll start right here. Now, this here is the farmhouse. It's a placeable object. Another new addition is the dog here. And he does come along with you. He does run. You can pat him. You can also feed him. You can see right there his bowl is empty. So we can give him food like that. Doghouse is also placeable. He's got a tennis ball. I don't know if I've ever played with that. It does look like I might be able to. No, I'm just petting him, I guess. That's apparently a pet. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So the house you can actually walk in, which is new again. Don't know why we're glitching. Sports cool bag. Alright, well, whatever. You have a TV. It's really messy in here. Looks like a guy just moved in. Not really smart. I got ladders in the kitchen. I don't know, some kind of juice. Fruit juice, apparently. Little brown jar. Might be moonshine. I don't know. Cook stove's kind of meh. Couple bottles of water. And yes, you can sleep. So most of the time you're doing your sleeping on this couch. It's kind of funny. He's got a Zetter as his main picture. Anyway, we'll sleep later. Right now we don't have time to sleep, but we're gonna walk around, do some stuff. So this hay barn is also placeable. I did not figure out how to use it right away, so I've got bales placed everywhere. Uh, I overfilled on chaff, so now I just have a bunch of chaff outside, as you can see. And there's the rest of my bales. as with the other games, 200 bales is your max that you can make in one shot. So that around there is about 200 bales, except I've got some with my horses, the ones you can hear in the background. Bird sounds are also a lot better in this game, I notice. I've got my mower. It's front and back clipped together, and I usually hook it up to this tractor right here. This here is my fertilize / mowing tractor. It's got the care tires on it just to prevent too much damage from happening on your crops and your grass. Cool thing is the weight on the front, you can change the color, and all the colors are all coded by the brand that they're representing. So this is actually supposed to be case red. Next tractor in line is my oldie 7250. Now this one is kind of my baling tractor. This thing might have about 200 horse on it, so it's not for huge projects, but at the same time it looks really nice, and I like this style of tractor, so that's why I went with that one. And then we got my all-arounder. This one here, it's got the most hours on it. Obviously the loader helps, and you can see it's quite muddy. Wheel weights on the back. Yeah, this thing goes to town all the time, picks up stuff that I just bought. It's basically like my second truck, except way more powerful. So there we have my bigger tractor, and I use this one basically for hauling my grain cart around. Again, the more thin profile tires, although they're duals, and this thing is dedicated to my grain cart alone. Then we got the big brute here, and this is my cultivating / planting tractor. So yeah, you got 400 plus horsepower, so it definitely has more than enough punch for the job. Now, it's really important to understand that this game's economy works a little bit different than previous games. Now, with all of your machinery, and for example, I will get into this tractor right here. Actually, let's get into the one that gets used the least. There we are. So on the bottom right hand corner you can see my speedometer, and you can also see the gas gauge and another green gauge with a wrench on it. So the wrench is showing how much repair needs to be done on this. So this one looks like it's brand new, and if you look, I got 0.2 hours, so next to nothing. Now let's jump over to this tractor and see the difference. So you can see the green bar went down almost a quarter, and I've got 6.5 hours on this. Now what I'm trying to get at is, as your tractor ages, it needs to be repaired, and this is the place to go do it. This is also a placeable. You can do this at the store as well. They do have icon for that, same as this. You can customize your tractors here, but keeping up the repairs makes it run more efficient, and it'll keep the value of the tractor up. Especially if you're going to return something you've been beating it up like crazy, it's best to first repair it and then bring it back. You can do the repairs on leased vehicles as well as purchased vehicles. So now another exciting addition to the game here is horses. I have all of the different colors of horses here. There's quite a few brown ones I noticed. But you got your painted ones, you got full on black, you got full on white, you got your tan colored ones, but mostly brown. And they all have names, and each of them has to be ridden once a day. And you got to make sure you feed them, which is this little trough right here. Give them water, which is over by my truck, and also throw bedding in. And for that, we have this machine. This is, you can use any of the straw crushing, bed spreading machines. This one in particular has the bale spear mounted right in there. So it's a 2-for-1 deal, and it hooks up to the front loader of a tractor, so it's really easy to move around. So I chose this one just for me, but you can use whatever one you want. Moving on to the trucks here. Interesting style of trucks. This is the smaller of the trucks. And yeah, it's very interesting idea. We don't have the big Fords anymore. Now to show you what the other truck looks like, because we do have one other one, and it is this one. So I guess this would technically be a Ford. It's the half-ton, I suppose. I haven't really had a need to use this. Who knows, this could be a Brazilian truck of some kind. So as you can see, we got all kinds of different colors here, and as you get into all the different colors, like you got your gray AGCO. This red is for Massey Ferguson. This is for Case IH. This is for Fendt, Stara. You have Challenger, JCB, John Deere Yellow, a Jet Black. I don't suppose for a brand, but then you have Hardy for your Hardy fertilized spreaders. Rabe, I don't know what that is. Lemken is your cultivator. New Holland Blue, Goldhofer Blue. You have your Deutz Blue, or Green, I should say. John Deere Green, Fendt Nature Green. I simply went with a purple because it was kind of out there, and I only needed a small truck to run errands like this water tank, for example. Now I do have a few other pieces of machinery that I'm gonna jump into, and I will see you guys once I'm there. So here we have my Case combine. This is obviously the biggest one in the game, for Case anyway. And it does have the folding wheels on it, so no need to buy a separate header. And I believe it's a Draper 45 footer. And there's my grain wagon, or auger wagon, chaser bin, whatever you like to call it. This is not the biggest one, but I didn't need the biggest one for the thing that I'm doing. These fields are really not that huge. Here's a picture of the maps. And as you can see, on the top, almost in the center, I'm working on field number 4 here. Now, you can see all these fields are kind of angled and they look kind of odd. So I am in the works of plowing some of these fields more to a square shape, and I'm going to plant grass where these angles are cut off of the main field, just to give me more hay room, and also to make it easier for when I hire guys to plant for me or combine for me, that they're not going all over the place and getting lost. Because you know how it is with the NPCs, they always tend to combine or cultivate in all kinds of weird patterns if the field is not perfectly square. Number 5 is especially a challenge, as is number 7 and 13. So we'll put that away, and I need to show you my next piece of equipment. Now this made me really excited. This trailer is absolutely phenomenal. The attention to detail is just so amazing. You got the Wilson logo. You even got your warning stickers. Not a step. There's Wilson down there. Pacesetter. That is the exact brand of this trailer. The ladder is right. The tarp system is right. Everything is just built exactly to spec. I've seen many of these trailers in the prairies. I know what these look like. Even the Wilson mud flaps. I've run Wilson trailers for a few years. I know what they look like, and I gotta say, this is so close to being the exact replica. And those aluminum rims are just phenomenal. Have a look at the suspension block and all that. It is just mind-blowing how realistic they got with this. You have dual hoppers, so a really cool feature with this is if you finished one field and only one hopper got full, you can go to the next field even though it's not the same crop and fill up that second hopper. and then go to your grain bin and dump them. You don't, with all the previous generations of this game, if you had even, a quarter of your grain in there and you moved to a new field, well, you had to first go dump, and that seemed to be quite tedious. Oh, yeah, this is the stainless steel version. So you can choose black, white, gray, or stainless steel on these trailers. And I have the stainless because I like shiny, as you can see. The one problem I have seen so far is that my wires aren't attached to my trailer, and my glad hands aren't either. Your airlines. That's a little whoopsie on their part, but for the rest of the details that are here, I can forgive them for that one little bit. Your suspension on your cab, the airbags, the shocks, it's all really awesomely done. And you can see inside the windows, like you can see the sleeper and stuff moves. It's not just a painted picture. And there's lots of window space. So battery box, sharp, shiny. Now to me, the lights aren't quite right for a W9, but it's definitely not a Western Star. If you look at the way the roof is molded, it kind of gives you that Kenworth vibe, and I don't think it's a T800, although it does have a bit of a overhang on the front. I think the nose would be a lot more arched if it was a T800. And most T800s did not come with these intakes. Some of them did, not all. So we'll hop in here real quick, and we definitely need to look inside. So as far as the gauges go, they're a little all over the place. I wouldn't say this is a Kenworth layout. Switches don't look exactly Kenworth either, but you have to forgive them for, they've already put so much effort into it. Also, the roof should be a little bit different to be a Kenworth, but look, you can see your smokestack out of that window, and it's smoking. Like, this is some details though. Now our last vehicle. The train. Yes, you can drive the train. I'm gonna run on top of it for now. So these tanks open up, you can store seed in them. I haven't tried filling anything in these boxes. I imagine you can. This is for your logs. And let's move over, and we have another seed tank, and we have a flat deck. And yes, you can even tie off stuff on your flat deck. There we are. Look at that.